Hello my dear Armenians, these are the news from Western Armenia, especially for you. Western Armenia's National Assembly debates the Pontic Greek genocide and upcoming events. Khachkar declared in Toulouse by Turkish extremists, who will be held accountable. Pelosi Outraged over Vice President's deletion of genocide against Armenians post. Oman National Museum Secretary General visits genocide against Armenians memorial. UDI reveals the secret of Armenian music. Does the Yerevan regain value the lives of Armenia's sons? Ashot Harutyunyan. Ankara hiding the truth as Armenian identity surfaces in Turkey. Panrakhash. At the fourth session of National Assembly of Western Armenia held on February 11, 18 of the 53 deputies participated online. The session opened with discussion of recognizing the genocide committed against Armenians and the Pontic Greeks, emphasizing the historical relations between Armenians and Pontic Greeks and comparing the consequences of genocide. The second part of the session focused on Western Armenia's official events for 2026, including the February 25th anniversary of the birth of General Agatangeghos. The session was summarized by National Assembly President Harutyunyan, who stressed the importance of raising awareness on social platforms and encouraging public participation. A memorial in Toulouse dedicated to the victims of genocide against Armenians was decreed, according to France-based Kurdish activist Elise Elvan Çelik. She stated that the municipality's silence is unacceptable and that those responsible must be identified and punished. The signature left on the back of the Khachkar appears to belong to the Turkish extremist group Grey Wolves. Installed in 1993 in memory of the 1.5 million Armenians killed in 1915, the monument was become a symbol of remembrance, reflecting France's recognition of the genocide against Armenians and the presence of the Armenian community. Former Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives Nancy Pelosi used a strong reaction to Vice President James D. Vance's deletion of a post considering the genocide committed against Armenians. When I visited Armenia in 2022, our delegation stood at Desecrated and spoke clearly about the genocide against Armenians without apology, because the truth matters, Pelosi wrote on her microblog. She recorded her 2022 visit to Armenia when her delegation stood at Desecrated and spoke openly about the genocide, emphasizing the truth matters. Pelosi also noted that the House recognized the genocide in 2019 and President Biden officially did so in 2021. She described the delegation as a shameful and deeply disappointing step that dishonors the victims and weakens humanitarian commitment. Jamal al-Musai, Secretary General of the National Museum of Oman, visited the Genocide Against Armenians Memorial Complex and Museum. He was welcomed by Agatangeghos, Director of the Genocide Against Armenians Museum Institute, and laid flower at the internal flame. During the visit, he toured the complex and learned about the history and significance of the memorial and the genocide against Armenians. After signing the guest book, the side exchanged commemorative books. Al-Musai is visiting Armenia at the initiative of the Ministry of Education, Science, Culture and Sports. On February 19, a lecture titled The Armenian American Identity will take place at the Meher and Satikter Youth Center in Crescenta Valley, led by lawyer and musicologist Andranik Kizirian. He will present the cultural and musical importance of the ancient string instrument udi and its role in preserving Armenian identity from Western Armenia to the diaspora. Drawing on experience in folk, classical, rock and jazz music, Kizirian will explore the richness of Armenian musical traditions. A question and answer session will follow. A nation's strength is measured not only by victories, but how it protects and values its people. Recent tragedies, including the death of Gasparian in Ukraine and the earlier death of Armen Sargsyan in Moscow, highlight urgent question of national responsibility and state care. Many Artsakh families displaced between 1918 and 2023 continue rebuilding their lives in eastern Armenia while facing social and administrative challenges. The text stresses the need for long-term people-centered state policies, especially systematic house solutions. A secure home represents stability and confidence in the future. This is not only a social issue, but also one of national solidarity, state responsibility, and demographic security, requiring balanced and human action. In recent days, an unusual development has emerged in Turkey. Some people consider Turks have begun discovering their Armenian roots. This unexpected process has attracted regional attention and renewed interest in history. The Armenian community calls on Turkey to allow these individuals to learn about and recognize their true identity without political or state pressure. It is emphasized that this concerns not only personal identity, but also national identity and historical truth. At this stage, it is important for the international community to monitor the situation and support a free and peaceful restoration of self-awareness. Panrakhash is a simple traditional Armenian rural dish with many regional variations. Ingredients: salted cheese, dried lavash or bread, water, optional onion, garlic, pepper, eggs, and butter or oil. Preparation: boil water and chop cheese and cook until soft. Optionally, add fried onions, garlic, or spices. For the egg version, stir in eggs at the end. Pour the hot mixture over bread and serve warm. If you have any questions or want to learn more, you can visit our official link. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.